What is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak.com. The hype. Man, what a big moment in the sports card industry as we had the biggest sale of any single card of all time. Of course, that's what we're going to talk about today. We've got a great coupon code to get into breaks. Maybe you'll chase the next biggest sports card of all time in breaks at Mojobreak.com. Use code EVERYTHING13 for 13% off. That's a big boy. That's a big coupon with a lot of releases this week. We've got a little bit of everything. We've got GPK, Green Day. We've got Boys of Summer. We've got Origins football. So lots to break. And this code is only limited to 50 total uses. So head on over there while you're listening to our show and grab some spots for some upcoming breaks with Everything 13 at Mojobreak.com. So we're going to dive into the big sale of the Kobe Jordan for $13 million at Heritage Auction, sold over the weekend. Actually sold on right before Kobe Day, 8/24/25 this year. So a monumental moment in the history of our industry, topping the 52 mantle PSA 10 that sold for, I believe, $12.5. So we're going to talk into this. We also are going to have a little top 5 QBs. My top 5 QBs, PSA 10 silvers, prisms, who to invest in, whom I'm making my list of top 5. So we'll debate that. I'm sure it'll be a little heated. I'm sure you guys won't exactly agree with my list, but I'll tell you why. But let's get right into that sale. What do you guys think? It's just crazy that an 08-09 exquisite dual logo man of obviously the immortalized Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, who's still with us, still doing his thing, sold for $13 million. Kevin O'Leary of Shark Tank, Shine 150, huge collector, and another guy that I'm not going to try to say his name, but I think I've heard conflicting reports of it. There's a different name attached to it. But anyways, there's about 3 people involved in this card. $13 million, Dan. Is that shocking?
You say 13 million, not 13,000, 13 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13 million. That's a good, solid chunk of change. It's up there. It's up there. I know if I had $13 million burning a hole in my pocket, I don't know if I would jump on that card specifically, being a PSA 6 and all. But, I think that probably gets re-slabbed and probably put in the authentic slab, I think.
Everything
doesn't really matter, I guess, in the long run.
I think that's something that's been said on this show before. Slabbing one of ones, who cares? They're already a one of one. But God, it didn't even dawn on me. Amidst all this, putting this all together all day, it's a PSA 6.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Small
it's
detail.
A 6.
Small detail, don't
People
worry.
Will buy 9s.
A 6, closer to 10 than 0. So,
oh my God.
The narrative that I think that everybody's going to try to spin now is that modern's king, right? Modern is
that like a Lambo with a door off or something, to compare it to like, you got this
big
very
old
beautiful.
It's a Lambo with a Fiero engine.
Yeah, there you
if
go.
anybody knows the old great Pontiac Fiero, I had one.
It still looks good.
It was a fun ride. It actually caught on fire at one point, but I don't recommend going out. You probably don't see a lot of Pontiac Fieros on the road these days. You don't.
So are we saying? Yeah, this is not the Pontiac Fiero of cards, though.
No, not at all. I mean, many.
No, this is a great whatever the what is it? Mecum Auctions that does the car. I think it's MECUM auctions that do the weekly cars. This is their greatest selling car of all time, in the equivalent of this card.
But I think the narrative that is modern's king now, and buy into all modern products because you too could be getting the next $13 million card, right? Is that what we're? That's what we're spinning, right?
We're spinning it, and I think it's a perfect time for Fanatics to get the license for baseball, they already have baseball, for football and basketball, because there's a chance that there's some other big logo mans. I mean, look, Kobe unfortunately passed, untimely passing. He will not be able to sign another logo man with Michael Jordan. This truly is obviously a one of one that will never, ever have a chance to be made again. Upper Deck probably will never make basketball cards again for the foreseeable future unless they are bought out by somebody else, they will continue to make hockey cards, Goodwin, and some of their other licenses that they have. So there's a lot riding on what made this card so special. I get it. I think the initial report that they thought it was in the $6 million range. Well, we doubled that. I think the report from ESPN. So I looked up. It's a Heritage Auction sold the card, and Heritage Auction is actually a privately owned company. So there's no investors in that. It's just two gentlemen. And I guess the gentleman's son was doing, he's like the president. It's the same last name, so I'm assuming it's his son. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't done a lot of research.
His last name is Heritage?
That's Ivy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Stan Heritage.
Stan Heritage.
No, it's Harry Tage.
Harry Tage. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the name of the owner. But no, he was like, this is an ironclad investment. And he, in the ESPN, you guys can go on ESPN and search it up, is that he points out that the Lemieux forgery scandal has made memorabilia of Kobe Bryant questionable, and that this is an ironclad investment because it is not only backed by Upper Deck, but it's backed by PSA as well. And Jordan only obviously signs, especially back then and now as well, for Upper Deck. So, mentioning that's an ironclad investment, you've got Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary involved in this. There's now a company that's being made that's called Secure, I believe.
Secure Collectibles. If you go on their landing page, and again, I have not found full confirmation that this is them, but it's gotta be. Everything seems to point to it. It is just a landing page where you have to either go to this is a super premium high-end marketplace that is invite only, or you have to go through an application process to be part of. I believe there are only about...
But we're not sure if that's exactly his company.
It says 35 people are in there, and even seeing some of the cards in the background, I'm like, that sure looks like all the cards in Shine's collection.
Well, I mean, look, I know the application well. Since I'm one of the 35 in there.
You're in.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm in. Doug's in.
So you
Cody's
own a
in.
piece
I'm in. Well,
We're all in.
We're all in there.
we
We're
got
all
a piece
in.
of the pie.
It's inclusive. It's very inclusive.
It seems less like because when it was initially reported, this is part of a new marketplace, I thought, okay, well, someone else is throwing their hat in the ring of another card marketplace here. But this is definitely something different. It doesn't even feel like there's a buying and selling and trading of cards.
Do you think there's like an interview process where you got to show off your collection to get in?
Yeah,
Because
essentially.
not many people have a bigger Sean Mannion collection than me and this guy over here, and I think that gets us right into the club.
It basically looks like it's just a big it's an investment portfolio that you can get in on if you are of a certain tax bracket or collection.
So you buy in to get a piece of the whole pie.
What it seems to be,
like a mutual fund.
Yeah,
Like an ETF.
Like an ETF.
correct.
Maybe.
Maybe we're just assuming.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess what better way to kick off this business venture than to have the most expensive card of all time, right? So, and who better than, Kobe and Jordan? I mean, why this is also transcendent is because of what Kobe has done to the international market. I mean, if you go overseas, you talk to collectors, and we have a lot of collectors overseas in Indonesia, in Japan, Australia, and I think the sentiment, their GOAT is Kobe Bryant. So I think that's pushed the needle on a lot of Kobe Bryant cards since his untimely passing. So I think married with Jordan on this card. I think aesthetically for me, I don't like how they're two different Logomans. I understand why they are. One's I think 50-year anniversary. The gold one, which is Jordan's, is a special one that they wore that year. But I'd like to, I don't know. I mean, me personally, I guess if I'm going to be that guy and people are laughing at me right now, I'm sure I would like two matching Logomans. I'd like them to look exactly the same.
Hater.
I am a hater. I am a hater.
I was on the Twitter machine, and it looked like people were talking about potentially a Kobe Bryant biopic coming out.
Is that right?
Or this could have just been literally fake news, and I just
who knows
jumped right in, and
you bought it.
Yeah, potentially
It will happen at some point down the road.
Potentially, let's say Kobe Bryant biopic gets made. Does a biopic affect this card in a positive way?
I think it does obviously help the card, but can it go up from there right now? I mean, how much can this go up?
You think a Kobe Bryant biopic helps his value?
It really
helps his overall value, but I guess in terms of this one card,
it really depends on what type of Kobe Bryant biopic are we getting. If you catch my drift.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah,
I brought it up because Kobe Bryant, as great as he was a basketball player and how he transcended the NBA to international levels, somewhat of a checkered past.
Yes.
There was
Absolutely.
I mean, some have had worse, but I think you look at when these guys do have they pass, and rest in peace to Kobe and obviously his young daughter as well that passed in the helicopter crash. Mm-hmm. I think we all tend to kind of forget stuff. Like, I mean, JFK, I mean, there was a lot of stuff surrounding him,
I actually feel like people moved on relatively quick with the Kobe Bryant story, even while he was here and still playing.
It's the one thing, and during the moment, I didn't really know how to vocalize it, but now that we have some distance, and look, we'll get to what this card itself and the ramifications, but I do think the legacy of Kobe Bryant is totally tied into the value of this card. But the death and untimely death of him caused us to never really come to have that sort of come to terms moment or kind of revisit that moment back. Obviously we're talking about the case in Colorado many years ago. If you don't know about it, there's a generation that might not know about it at this point that is probably collecting and getting cards and is like that is how far we are from it and how much has disappeared from the public consciousness.
It did happen very early in his career. I want to say
it was after the first few championships.
I would say
Shaq was maybe just leaving?
I would say 2001, 2002.
I think it was a little after that.
I think he was 25. I really, because I remember I was just either right out of high school. So, yeah, it was like 2002 maybe.
2003 was when he was charged.
Okay.
So anyway,
but I think he was acquitted, right? He didn't.
I believe it ended up being charges were dropped after the accuser refused to testify, and the lawsuit was settled out of court. So,
sure. And I think, I guess one of the good things is his wife still stayed with him. So
yes,
they were able to work that out and continue to grow their family. But yeah, it's obviously a blip that is on his record. I mean, Michael Jordan has had some weird things as well.
The conspiracy of Michael Jordan that he did not retire because he needed time away. He retired because David Stern said, "Hey, you're going to get suspended for gambling. You need to retire for a little bit to make this look okay."
You ever think about playing baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think
he's a funny thing. I've always really wanted to be a baseball player.
Right. Look, I haven't played since I was 12, but I think I could do it.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, and
look, the man batted like 200 in single A.
That's not nothing. That's pretty good. I mean,
he got up off the quote unquote got up off the couch. He was still in his incredible athletic prime, but the fact that he did that is still kind of remarkable.
That he hit 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hitting a baseball is hard.
It's not easy.
Not easy. Very big strike zone. I mean,
that's also true.
You got to think. You don't have a
Aaron Judge style strike zone.
Yeah. But we can't compare Aaron Judge, a baseball player, to Michael Jordan, the baseball player.
202 batting average in his one season with the Birmingham Barons. 3 homers, 30 stolen bases. But caught 18 times. He liked to steal. He loved trying to steal like 30. That's a lot.
I mean, you got to give him. He got on base.
Yeah.
But I
feel like
if his name wasn't Michael Jordan, though, he probably wouldn't have been on the Barons.
What year was that he played?
94.
Oh,
was it after the strike or during the strike season?
I don't know. There was no strike.
There was a strike in 94.
Was there a strike? Oh, yeah. Oh, for baseball, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, that is the strike season. 94 is the strike season.
Interesting.
August is when the strike happened. But yes, there was a strike.
Because I was going to say, if it was right after, it could have been a distraction to get baseball back on track.
By the way, Double-A. They sent him straight to Double-A.
He just skipped single A.
That's tough. Again, it kind of makes it more impressive to me.
But I'm sure with his nature and who he is, he got to say where he wanted to go.
He'd have been probably the oldest guy on the single A team.
31 on Double-A.
Yeah,
Well, 31 on Double-A.
But if they would have put him 31 on a single A,
Right.
no, they got to put him at the Double A. He's still got some people around the same age.
That's true.
I mean,
Guy's trying to make
what
it.
happens if they have like a Camilo Duvall pitching to him and he hits like 20 home runs and does he never go back to basketball? I mean, if he gets a little bit more successful at the old baseball game, and we never hear about him coming back to the Bulls, any of that.
You're right. He was one hot streak away from never. Did
he not play?
Never getting another three.
Did he not play in '95 in spring training?
No, he was already gone by then.
So he
decided to come back halfway through that season. And,
he played 94. 94. He was in Double A.
I know there's details. Wait,
94.
Figure out the details here.
Strike looming. So I wonder if like Major League Baseball is like, well, this will be great. It'll get people not talking about the potential strike that's happening. We'll market the hell out of this.
March of '95, right before spring training, he quits baseball, or right during spring training, he quits baseball.
Probably went like 0 for 11.
And then during the back end of the '90, during the playoffs, he's back in the '95 playoffs.
And that was when I think they lost to the Magic.
Yes.
And he was wearing number 45.
Yes.
For that season when he came back. So.
And then does another three-peat. But
yeah,
look, these are two guys. The point being, these are two guys who they kind of are the closest things that we have to like mythical in modern sports. Even maybe that's going way beyond, but like, can you think of anybody else who, like 100 years from now, we will speak about them like the way that like Babe Ruth is spoken about of like, and then you won't believe it, he called his shot, stuff like that. Like
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, yeah, you're right. That's one who drafted super late, kind of comes in out of nowhere. That's one, but that's about it. There's not many other guys. Oh, Shohei. Yeah. So yeah, I think we speak about these guys. I think it speaks to why this card is the one that's the chosen.
You don't think in 100 years we're talking about LeBron James?
I think we probably are.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I'm curious what the LeBron legacy. That's another
100 years. We're talking about Steph Curry.
That's another subtext of all of this. Is what does this mean about LeBron?
When
is he clearly the number 3 now?
When they officially, because I think I was watching the Big Three yesterday, televised championship game. They have a 4-point shot. It's on the court. It's a little circle.
That's true. That's a Curry. You're right.
The whole time.
But I'm like, in 100 years, I'm assuming NBA will have some type of 4-point shot, 5-point shot, 6-point shot, and they're like, they'll be talking about like if Steph Curry played in this era, he'd score 200 points a game.
That's true. Yeah, Steph will be that.
Because there was an era of basketball that didn't have the 3-point. Right. So, But I mean, back to this card. If you it's obviously a unicorn in its own right. But if you ask people their Mount Rushmore, top 4 basketball players of all time, you're going to have Jordan and LeBron in most people's Rushmores. But there's going to be a lot of people that don't have Kobe in there.
I think most would.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's.
I don't think so.
I mean, I don't personally. But I think most people have him at least in the top 4.
It's funny you say you don't.
No.
And I don't.
That's true.
And I don't
Doug
either.
does. So you said most people. We have 3 people here, and none of us have Kobe.
But here's the thing: is that we are what the kids might call unk status at this point. We are old heads.
Yeah.
So maybe we're not. I think there's a younger generation.
But we watched Kobe's whole
You're
career.
right. And this is, to me, speaks to what the legacy of Kobe has become. Is I think there's a younger generation, not that much younger, but a little bit. There's a little bit of a gap where
that they don't know what they're talking about.
they don't, kids these days. But I think though they view Kobe as in the same vein as those guys. And I think too, it's all the clips of Kobe, the
Mamba mentality.
It's not, job's not over, like that type of stuff.
But the
thing, winning again too in the back half of his career, where he's like, I prove to you, I can still do this without Shaq. It doesn't matter. I'm that guy. I'm Kobe.
Okay, well, if he would have done it on the Hornets, where he was originally drafted, I'd be like, wow, that's really an accomplishment. But we. like we probably put Bill Russell on our Mount Rushmore,
he'd be on
right?
mine. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see Bill Russell play.
No.
That's before my time. But I'm able to look at his stats and championships and make a strong argument why he should be on the Mount Rushmore. I still don't understand the younger generation. It's like, well, I may have not watched Kobe's whole career, but he's the best.
Well,
and I'm going to disregard.
No,
disregard like Bill Russell's championships.
I think the difference here is obviously I don't think we've ever had somebody of this status pass away too young, at least in this modern era of this collectability era, right? I mean, you could say, oh, well, I think Lou Gehrig retired and then he died right away.
Right. Clemente. Again, it's a little bit before our time.
But, we weren't dealing with limited collectibles. We were dealing with mass-produced collectibles at the time. We were, where a guy would buy a pack of gum and get some cards or buy some cigarettes and get some cards with it, and it was just a different time. So in this era that we're sitting in this bubble, this to compartmentalize this, is that Kobe is the number one collectible athlete that passed. And I think you can't discount the international aspect of it. He was the one that would go to Spain. He was the one that was on a World Cup soccer card in 2014. He was working hand in hand with Panini to curate his Eminence cards that he had his set of. So he ushered in a whole different collectible that was like worldwide. So I think this is literally, the pinnacle card because you have the GOAT, the GOAT in Michael Jordan that, not only transcended culture with shoes and the Jordan brand, but also was every basketball player that played after him wanted to be like him, like LeBron, like Kobe, like even Curry, that are, ushering in this new generation of youngsters and basketball collectors. So I guess if that's the only one that's ever made, that's the one that you want. And I guess you can kind of somewhat justify the price tag on that. But it's
$13 million well spent. You just laid it down. You convinced me. I'm in. I'm in. I'm a buyer.
The price is so silly. I was going to put up like mansions of like, would you rather have this card or this 7,500 square foot mansion with 15 rooms and a theater and a go-kart track and a batting cage and
I like go-kart track.
Because I mean, how much you can get with that money? It's just in a different class by itself. Now you have a clip of Kevin O'Leary talking about the purchase of this collectible, and let's play that.
Yeah, so I found this pretty interesting. So this actually came from a clip from his show on one of his podcasts. It looks like Brew Markets a few days ago, literally 2 days before this was even purchased.
You know what I like? I like to look at fund flows globally, and I watched for a couple of years. Particularly on alternative assets, where I've made a lot of money in my life, I love the stock market, but I'm always intrigued. Where does capital go when it's looking for a longer term return or outcome? And I've been in all kinds of asset classes: contemporary art, modern art, watches, as you know. And one that really intrigued me in the last few years, I've been watching sports cards.
Oh, collectibles.
Yeah. And just indexing their momentum of capital and the prices that are clearing at. And what I like to do is look at public data, scrape public data. AI can help you do this now, and look at which cards actually appreciate. And remarkably, in that sector, it is very similar to contemporary art, where if you're going to put, you always say to yourself, well, I don't want to spend too much money on contemporary art. I'm going to buy a $25,000 Warhol print or a $50,000, print of Chagall or something. That is actually a mistake. The returns are abysmal in those. You got to step up and buy a $40 million Pollock. And there you're going to get a return, because it's a very unique, thin market, but that art seems to be desirable perpetually.
There was a point there.
He goes on to say the same thing with watches. It's my best watches.
But you got
So break it down into dum-dum terms, because I'm in that dum-dum class. is you got to buy the most rare
Yes.
items at the highest prices, because then somebody else down the line will want that, and you'll be the only one that has
You
it.
hope so. You need to have somebody in the future that is willing to pay substantially more than what you paid. So you need to find somebody out there that's got $15 or $20 million that they're willing to, because what you paid for it, the 13 whatever, is readily available. Everybody's going to know that. That is, we love throwing this around. That's the comp, right?
Sure.
So you need to find somebody that's going to have more than that and willing to spend that amount of money for this asset.
I think it's in the right hands here, because you've got Kevin O'Leary. I don't know how much he's worth, but it's a lot, and he's not in a rush to sell it for a loss. Now, if you put it in a guy's hands that literally had $13 million in the bank, and he's hoping that he's going to be able to quickly turn around, he may panic sell it and decrease the value. I think we've seen that with there was a card that just recently sold for, it was the black, that's what it was. It was the Kobe Bryant BGS black label refractor that I believe sold for like something like, I mean, it wasn't millions, but it was like, it went down. The guy resold it and it went down. It just wasn't like, there wasn't enough buyers, right? Even though it's artificially labeled as a black label, and there's only one in the world that's a black label Kobe Bryant refractor, I guess there's a possibility there could be another one, right? And then you can kind of look at vintage too and say, okay, Mantle, PSA 10, we all know that, Cy Berger dumped 52 in the ocean, and there's limited production and people didn't keep these cards. But there's still a chance that there could be another PSA 10. There still is a chance. Very slim. Now, with a one-of-one dual logo man of Jordan and Kobe, with the fact that Kobe's no longer with us, there will never be another one-on-one of them together, ever.
Well, there potentially could be another Kobe logo man. There's Kobe game-used jerseys that are out there.
Though, right? Not signed.
Not signed. There's a lot of Kobe autos. So
could be a cut auto, but
could be a cut auto.
But I mean, that's just not going to be nearly as
Sure,
desirable.
Sure, but there very well could be more Kobe Bryant logo man cards that are produced.
There will be. I almost. I don't know, because the stuff with the Kobe Bryant estate, basically, I mean, we've just seen nothing since he passed. I don't know if Fanatics is the one to finally be like, all right, let's get it done. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them, given the deals they've signed. But I mean, you're right. There's a chance that it's out there.
I mean,
there's stuff out there.
That does hurt the Kobe, potential Kobe logo man market. Again, it's not autographed, so we're not comparing apples to apples here. But an extra 10, 20 Kobe logo mans in the market doesn't help the value.
Right.
I think, though, that still remains, even if you create new versions of this logo man, like you're going to have to use cut autos, you're going to do all that. There's still uniqueness to this card. They're both on card.
There could definitely be, at some point, game-used Jordan logo mans.
And Jordan could continue to sign, and maybe he gets a deal with Fanatics, and there's more licensed stuff. I think you also throw that Exquisite. Like I said, there's not going to be any more Exquisite cards that we know of Kobe. So all those factors leading up to it. I just want to know who else, like if anybody knows any data of who else was bidding on this card. Like, did the guy bid to like 12.2 and he was like, that's it, I'm out, And
well, there had to be at least two parties, right?
Yeah, there had to be two people. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's one party just bidding themselves up. I mean, there had to be a fair amount of parties involved, right? To go from, where it started all the way up to, over 13 million.
When it was guesstimated at 6 million. So it
doubled
it.
It's one thing to say a card goes for like $150 and it sells for $3, but it's another thing to basically go, this card's going to probably go for $6 million and it goes for $13 million. That's insane.
So, I mean, the question to you guys is, how will this sale help and hurt the hobby? Obviously, there's more lottery ticket dreams from newer sets now. I mean, logo mans, auto 101s that are, rare will tend to, pique more interest now. I mean, it's, rising tides lifts all ships. So you'll see that kind of prop up these big, unique one-of-one items that are on the market. But yeah, we'll start with Dan. How does this sale help and also hurt the hobby?
I think like I said before when we started this segment, that the narrative is going to be like this product that comes out down the road could be yielding the next $1 million card, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million. So we're going to be selling this narrative that you could hit a 7-figure card out of a modern product. Also taking away some of the flowers that the vintage market has had recently with like record-breaking sales. So now modern, I think, is king. So I think that's how
From this one sale.
It's the highest market valued card in history.
And I think it's also the sort of culmination of a trend that we've seen all throughout the last year and a half is this type of high-end modern stuff is what you see it going for record-breaking prices. Like, oh, we just got the highest Curry. We just got the highest, this or that, whatever. And then it kind of all leads to this moment where it's like, and there we are. Now, if there was anyone out there who was still like, yeah, is modern number one, this kind of, if it's not number one, it's certainly on equal footing with some of the top vintage stuff.
I bet a big vintage card, one of the Wagners or the Mantles, hit the auction block very soon.
Yeah,
and overtakes this $13 million card.
Yeah.
So there's just going to be the sky's the limit, and we're just going to start throwing cards like this out there.
Yeah, I mean, that is the other thing is how high can this go at this point? Like
$1 billion.
I mean, $1 billion.
$1 billion card. $1 billion card.
I mean, truly, like, what is the limit here? And you're right. Does someone get the idea of like, well, maybe the biggest card of all time hasn't even been made yet. If we're thinking, oh, modern is the new king right now.
That's exactly like that's why I think the narrative is going to be in the immediate future, that we haven't even got to the point where we don't even know what we're going to possibly be able to create and what the monetary value is going to be on that.
And what does it do for other cards that are kind of like, I think of that are kind of similarly styled like this? That Judge Ohtani Dual Logoman auto, like, is that suddenly now a way more expensive card? I know it's a different sport, but it's also kind of the same idea of like, you have these two guys who define that era, goats on the same card. Are those types of cards too going to be even more? So are they going to go explode in value?
It's just hard to say, because I guess if you're thinking of spending that kind of money, and the people that spend that kind of money is probably not a lot of money to them, but you've got to understand that there's a possibility that there's a bigger and better card still yet to come, right?
Yeah. Right.
But for this one, there's not one.
Right. This is it.
There won't be another bigger card of these two individuals.
And I think, to answer your question, I think I actually put a positive and a negative in my answer.
Yeah.
I think there is.
Because here's the other flip side for me, and I totally get it if there are collectors today who are like seeing Kevin O'Leary on CNBC talking about this. There's both the like, wow, it's on CNBC, and look at, he's talking about this, versus everything you just heard about that clip. If you were like, that is such a turnoff about how I feel about this hobby. I just want to rip open packs. I want to have a good time. I want stuff that's affordable. But here's this guy who's collecting the biggest priceless pieces of art, huge, crazy Rolex watches, and he's now speaking to cards in the same terms that he's speaking about it like it's gold or it's Bitcoin. And they could say like, that is everything wrong with this, and it is a turnoff. And there's a little part of me that's like, yeah, it is kind of a turnoff.
Well, and I think you're going to start getting a lot more comments of like, hey, this hobby was fun for me and my son when I could have bought $70 boxes. Now those $70 boxes are now $500 boxes, or that National Treasures that I used to buy in 2015, which I was able to get a box for $1,000. Now it's $10,000. So I'm priced out. So no, granted, the response to that is there's a bunch of different levels. You could still buy Big League. You could still buy these littler sets that may not have as much return on investments. I hate to use the investment word, but I think the can is just opened on the investment with an investor who does Shark Tank, who's known to buy companies and invest in companies now in this space. We've seen him with Golden, I think, too. Back to Kevin O'Leary, we've seen him do stuff with Golden about a year ago. So we kind of seen him start to get into the space a little bit. And so, I don't know. Do you think these guys that day trade, that Wall Street guys, like these Warren Buffett types, do you think they're going to start like putting their money on rare sports cards now? Is that crazy?
I don't know.
Think?
Yes, I do. I don't think Warren Buffett is specifically.
Boy, if that happens, then we've really
I can't see Warren Buffett
the
being
Rubicon.
like, I can't see him being like, trading cards are the true asset that I want to hold on to.
Well, and
he's like, I really need this Charizard.
There's something to dive into too, and I'm learning this as I do a little bit of trading here and there. I'm by far I'm not an expert. This is just strictly my opinion. There's some kind of tax incentive to do stuff like this as well. So if you're just killing it, you bought like a tons of an Nvidia stock back in 2018, and you've profited X amount of dollars on this Nvidia stock that you've owned, and you have if you cash out, you're going to pay X amount of dollars on what do they call that? Capital gains tax. I don't know how it looks if you take that capital gains money and you put it into a sports collectible, what that looks like on the balance sheet at the end of the year. Once again, I'm not a tax guy, but I got to assume that there's some kind of
become a financial
podcast. You're talking about guys that are involved in finance that are getting into the space. They've ran the numbers and they know that they're going to benefit from doing something like this on their EOY finances. So they're able to take that profit maybe they made in stocks or selling houses or whatever they've done, and they can put it into collectibles. And I'm sure that looks a little bit better on what you have to pay at the end of the year. I'm just saying. I don't know this. I'm not in that class. I dabble a little bit and I see what capital gains do. But I could definitely see the cost of goods, or if you're starting a business venture like these guys do. I mean, it might be a complete and utter write-off. So.
Right.
So not achievable for the average Joe that makes $200,000 a year or less to spend that kind of money and get that kind of tax break. But I'm sure for guys like Kevin O'Leary and Shine, what's his real name? Matthew Allen, or that's what he goes by. He also goes by Matt Allen. He also goes by Lohilo, or there's a Spanish version.
That
of his name.
That I do not know. But yes,
he has a different name he goes by.
Don't you have two names?
I have
Yeah, I thought everybody went by two names.
I mean, I do. So,
it depends on what people think of me that day, and I could be also called what's on Billy Ripken's bat. So I don't know if I go by that or not, but.
Tie it back into the sports cards.
Yeah,
I like it.
I told a guy that my name was Steve in the parking lot one time when he's like, "What's your name, sir?" I'm like, "Steve."
Yeah.
You don't need to know.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think my cover just got
You might
blown.
be able to pass as a Steve.
Yeah, I think I just blew my cover though, unfortunately.
But you also you look at Matthew Allen Shine 150. I mean, if you go on his Instagram, you can see his cards. I mean, he's got if anybody wants to say who's got the best collection, I mean,
it's him.
Clearly, it's
his
him.
collection was displayed. I don't know if it was displayed this Fanatics Fest. I'm assuming it was, but
I think it was.
It definitely the first Fanatics Fest. He had a whole display.
Yeah.
Of super ultra high end modern cards. I'd like to stress the fact that he seems to only be in the modern cards. I have not seen too much vintage that he's been that he's talked about. I don't know, maybe some Jordan. I don't really consider Jordan 86, 87 Fleer.
That is
vintage.
That's to me it's the kind of almost the cutoff point of that is the most recent you can go for vintage at this point.
But you look at he was involved in the private Luka sale, so I think was the biggest modern sale prior to this at 4 point something million was the Luka Logoman from 1819 NT sale that he had purchased. He also had the biggest sale besides Mike Trout of the Jason Dominguez, he bought over $500K on the Superfractor.
Can't get over that.
Which is what got him in the news during the pandemic. They were talking about the who would spend this money on a guy who hasn't taken a major league at bat. He's had the 2 biggest Kobe Bryant Logoman sales prior to this, which is only a couple months ago. We just talked about this on the show, like 2 shows ago. So, he bought 2 of the 3 flawless Logoman Kobe Bryant autos. So my question, if you look at this guy and you erase like anything he's done, are we in the same place with this market? Has this literally been propped up by one individual? Because Vegas Dave had that big Superfractor sale of the Mike Trout, but we haven't heard from Vegas Dave in a while.
He's licking his wounds from his Derek Carr collection.
Yeah.
You can't always hit a home run. I mean, the Jason Dominguez, you bring that up, like that wasn't that long ago, and it hasn't aged well.
Hasn't aged well, no.
Yeah, I just looked up Jason Dominguez's stats. I think he's batting. He's not doing
the best
terrible.
The best thing he has going for him is that he plays for the Yankees.
He's batting .256, .330 on base, 9 homers. Not much power.
He was supposed to hit.
I know
9 a game.
Yeah,
I mean,
106 games. He's got 9 home runs. So there you go.
Coming off an injury, though.
Coming off an injury, but he's still only 22. Could change.
Yeah. And the actual story from that time when he bought that card, he made the ESPN article on it. And,
I don't know if anybody's in this industry has been on ESPN more than Shine.
That's
I know.
a good point.
True. Shine's, and this is a direct quote from the ESPN article back in, I believe it was 2020, 2021. It was definitely during the pandemic. Shine's real name is Matthew Allen, but that's not something you'll see on his manicured social media. About 4 years ago, Allen invested money he made from private equity into cards. And then in parentheses, it says, that's something I really don't want to get into, Allen says when asked about his background. A lot of people want to know the story. I parlayed my profits into my passion, he says now, wielding a sports card collection by his own estimate worth more than $100 million. And this is 4 years ago. So I think the mystery of that whole segment is he's gotten his money somehow, but we don't know how.
I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, we don't need to speculate too much. But kind of to your point of like, is this guy propping up the entire high-end modern market? And in some cases, the entire a huge chunk of the singles market.
Hard to make an argument against it.
It is. No, it totally is. And there's something to be said about what if something happens here? What if this guy has to? I don't know. I don't want to get too much in the weeds on it, but yeah, what if suddenly something happens where this guy has to get rid of his entire collection? Let's put it that way, or whatever. What happens to the entire market? I don't know, but we're at a point where he owns enough of the biggest cards in the world where you do have to start to take a step back and go, man, that's kind of crazy.
It's a lot of eggs in one basket.
It's a lot of eggs in one basket. And what happens if he ain't got no basket anymore?
No basket.
I don't know. There you go.
You're just holding a bunch of eggs,
right?
And if you
nowhere to put them.
And if you also
unless you're really good at juggling, it's very difficult.
If you also remember, he was involved in the first edition case with Logan Paul, where he helped broker that deal. He had a little bit of money involved. And that turned out to be a mistake on BBCE's part, that they wrapped a case that was fake, that was G.I. Joe cards. So he's got his hand in that. We see him with Rubin. We've seen multiple videos on public videos of him with Michael Rubin.
And he's been in breaks. So he's definitely been. He's
bought in our breaks. I
didn't.
I think so. I mean, allegedly.
I
can't
just
say
said
that.
I mean, he's definitely dabbled in a lot of different avenues of this industry. Singles, I think him buying singles is basically his forte, but he definitely he's got into breaks and high end products and stuff like that. He's ripped some high end products. We've seen many videos of him ripping high end products.
Yep. I know there was that video of him on his private jet with the Exquisite that might have been resealed or something that he bought from the National that one year, a couple years ago. He's got videos of him with Tom Brady as well. So, I mean, he's very well connected in this industry. So Interesting to see this endeavor with Kevin O'Leary, who seems to be obviously very smart at the businesses he's started.
Yeah, that is the thing. If just from a business side, that there is some legitimacy there when you throw in Kevin O'Leary, who is a guy who you heard about all of his other investments, and he's on Shark Tank for a reason.
Yep.
Guys knows. I'll also throw out my other theory. I said it to Doug off air. This is both a marketing ploy for a big $13 million marketing ploy for the new. I already forgot the name of their new venture. Secure. Kevin O'Leary is also making his film acting debut this Christmas, so I think it's actually just a big.
It's a great year for Kevin O'Leary
for his new movie. I think that's actually what's happening.
movie?
It's a movie called Marty Supreme, starring Timothée Chalamet, from one of the directors of Uncut Gems, the Adam Sandler vehicle.
Timothy Chalamet's huge.
He's huge. It's going to be a huge, it's a Christmas time.
Dude's got a quick cameo, right?
I saw the trailer, and I actually did a double take. I'm like, what is he doing here? Like, he's in a significant amount of the trailer as like a major character in this movie. So. It's going to be a Christmas time, big award season run type of movie. So that's really what this is, just to get us to talk about the new
comedy.
It is a.
Do we make comedies anymore?
Sports adventure comedy drama is how.
That's a lot.
Wikipedia.
That's a lot going on.
I know it has to do with the world of ping pong.
Oh, cool,
Yeah.
Awesome.
There you go.
Who doesn't love ping pong?
It's not Balls of Fury. Let's put it that way.
And people could say the greatest movie ever made. That revolves around ping pong.
Oh, sure. Okay. Forrest Gump might give it a run.
No, but
That's
you don't
true.
watch Forrest Gump and say that's a ping pong movie.
Fair.
You watch Balls of Fury and you're like, that's
This
a
is
ping pong
this
movie.
Is a ping pong movie. Fair
Or
point.
Dodgeball is the dodgeball.
It's the best dodgeball movie
It's
for sure.
Yeah, I mean
Has
that's
the name. I mean,
You
Is it
can't.
the only dodgeball movie?
Well, that small detail, but also not a huge deal because it is the greatest dodgeball movie ever made.
Fair enough.
very much so. Before we move on to football, because I want to talk about some Prism Silvers, what card can top this dual logo man? Would you rather have some of the most rare vintage cards over this card? Then we'll have you two answer that. What card can top this? Can there be a card that tops this?
I think it is going to be a vintage. I think it is going to be somebody, because we know that owner of the Diamondbacks, he has the best versions of some of these cards.
Sure.
And
The
it
vintage
does
ones.
feel like the way the market is moving, it is only a matter of time till he says, all right, time to liquidate. Let's see what we can do here.
I actually think the LeBron flawless triple logo man is now undervalued.
Yeah, because what
good
that ended
take.
up going for.
2.4 million?
Yeah,
2.4.
I think it's undervalued.
If that went back up for sale,
It has to go for more than that.
I think it does.
I think that is not saying it. It's hard for me to be like, oh, I'd be a buyer. I think that card is extremely undervalued at 2.4 million.
And
I like that take.
it's very unique. Like Jordan and Kobe can't have a card like that.
No,
that
and
commands nearly the same amount. I mean, a dual logo man of Jordan, where it's Wizards and Bulls, is cool, but it's not nearly as exciting as triple with three teams where LeBron won
a
a ring.
championship, yeah.
Right. That is
Now,
very unique to LeBron James.
Probably won't happen, but what if LeBron joined another team, like say he went to the Bucks? Then that card, it doesn't represent his entire
but you
career.
could make
No.
you can make a quad logo man.
Oh, well, then that card would be bigger, right? So, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to
It's
finish
hard to
off
get
his
4
career.
logo mans on a card may physically actually be
Yes,
big unless they go
yeah.
the old front and back, which ugh,
Don't do that.
that'd be sad.
Don't do that. I'm just
That's
thinking,
actually you pulled a great one out. I didn't even think about the lineage and the one of one that they'll never be again.
And that was off the dome.
That was great.
It's off the dome.
pretty good.
I don't even look at the show notes. I just go at it.
Because you've never had an athlete of that caliber that's won 3 championships, 3 different teams.
That's the other part of this. Do we think it's what sport? Is it basketball or baseball exclusively? Can a football card ever be the biggest card?
Well, the problem, I mean, if Brady would have had Logomans or Shields or one-of-ones back then, I mean, there might have been a few one-of-one cards, but as far as his contenders, which is widely known as his best rookie card in general, there's only the number to 100s.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
Brady has had Shields, but not from his rookie year, I think is basically what, like, could you imagine a 2000 National Treasures RPA Tom Brady rookie Shield auto?
Well, now could they make that? Because I mean, let's just say Tom, who's opening up stores everywhere, the card shop by Tom Brady or card vault by Tom Brady. Let's just say he's like, hey, you know what? I went in my closet, my vault, and I found my very first jersey. I found it. I want you Fanatics to cut that jersey up, make a shield out of it. It'll be the only one in existence for my very first game,
and it goes
I'll
into
sign it.
It goes into my shop,
and I'll sign it. Could that possibly top it? I mean, it wouldn't be timely. It would be
you're
it would be a
retro-
2026.
You're retroactively making his Shield RPA. I think it would still be a massive card. I don't even think it sniffs any of the cards we've just discussed.
Yeah,
I don't even know if it gets. Does it cross $1 million?
What if they make a Mount Rushmore card of the 4 greatest players from each sport with either a batter silhouette, a logo man, or a game use shield, and they put that on a card?
Gretzky, Jordan, Brady. Who are we putting for baseball?
Bonds.
See, there'd be a lot of people who'd be like, I don't want it. I don't want it if Barry's on it.
Well, yeah, you can't. You can't put Barry. I would
right,
love
But
to
you
put
can't
Barry.
put Babe on there either because he's not
Can't put
around
Babe Ruth.
anymore.
You can't put Willie Mays.
Well, what does that do for that P. Ryan thing? I know it's just on a piece of paper, but I mean,
Right.
geez,
That's true.
that's a crazy document with the 5 goats.
You just put Ohtani on it.
That's probably what they would do. They would put Ohtani. Ohtani would be the guy.
Yeah, but if Ohtani decides to get back into the betting and just quits baseball, I mean, then we don't know. I mean, he's not the GOAT anymore. He's the GOAT right now, but
he's also he's hitting like 100 miles per hour now. Suddenly,
I know,
like,
he's
good.
He's
good.
good at baseball.
God.
You know what? The Giants took 2 out of 3 from the Brewers.
Well, we're back,
and
baby.
I mean, I think if we win, how many games left in the season? About 30.
About 30.
We go 28-2. I think we might be able to get in that wild card.
I think we're only
optimism,
down.
Dan.
I think we're only out of the wild card spot by like 6 games. I mean, there's a chance.
No, I think we're
looked it
5
up.
games below 500.
Yeah, no, they're 6 games under.
Yeah,
It's-
it's
But
bad.
they are only. You're right. It speaks more to how bad that third wild card spot is than it does about
Get
the
into
Giants.
the dance.
I'm
and then
telling
lose
you,
it,
a
and
bad
then get
race.
eliminated.
I'm telling you, 28-2, you're good.
Yeah,
28. They run on a 28-2 streak. They're going to be good.
They are so lucky. The New York Mets are literally the worst team in baseball in
And
the
you
last
know-
month, and they're only the second worst team.
You know,
in baseball.
and we could start getting excited, get hot at the right time. It doesn't matter how hot you are in April, but if you start getting hot late September,
not gonna happen.
you just.
Unfortunately,
I mean, you look at that.
It's football season.
You look at that rotation that they got. They got Webb. They got Robbie Ray. They got Webb. They got Robbie Ray.
Hey, I heard the Yankees are trying to refund the Camilo Duvall trade because it's not been great.
It's not working.
They just had outings where he doesn't even get 3 outs. He's out of there. I think
He's getting booed at Yankee Stadium.
well,
Yeah.
their problem.
And who did we get again?
I
guess
guys
it
you
doesn't-
haven't seen yet.
It doesn't matter.
Guys you haven't seen yet. But probably you got at least a backup catcher, Jesus Rodriguez, who's in AAA right now. So,
Well, that's good because we actually need a starting catcher too.
well, yeah. I've got a theory. I'll share
We
it
got
off
Brian
air.
Bocock.
I've got a theory on who's going to be starting catcher next year. I've been sharing it with everybody. I'll share it off here.
yeah.
We don't need to do more Giants talk.
Yeah, no, that's all we get.
Well, let's end this with I got my top 5 heading into the 2025 NFL season. Top 5 quarterbacks in the hobby, and I'm looking at this more of like, hey, can I buy this? And then maybe it's going to be worth a little bit more at the end of the year than what it's worth now. And I'd also like to remind you guys that we are remodeling our shop right now. We're going to have 11,000 square feet here very soon. So we're getting ready for the Super Bowl, going to be here in Levi Stadium. So looking forward to getting that finished and opening that up to you guys in the Santa Clara Bay Area. And we're going to have some massive Super Bowl parties and promos and all kinds of fun stuff. So clocking in at number 5 for me is Jaden Daniels. Population 479 on a PSA 10 silver. Currently sitting at $11.99. He's my number 5 for the year.
We do want to make clear, these are top 5 not named Patrick Mahomes. Is
correct.
That correct?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Let me clarify that. I did not want to pick Patrick Mahomes because he'd be everybody's pick.
Right.
Josh Allen is a little high price, but his population is only 27 on a PSA 10. So if you remember back in 2018, I know Dan knows, the silvers are 1 per box. So and that could have been a vet.
We have a Baker. Actually, we have
a Josh Allen, but I think it's like an 8 or a 9.
We have a Josh Allen. I think we got that graded. It was raw. It was in the safe for a long time. But also have the Baker stuff has to be going up a little bit.
You
right?
would imagine. I mean, I feel like every year
not on your list.
We have said Baker is underrated. Baker is underrated. I just looked at it. I think this is a pretty good one-to-one comparison. Usually if you look at fantasy rankings and hobby rankings, they're pretty similar. Baker's like consistently outside of, you go to like top 5, 6, Baker's like in that 6, 7, 8 zone.
He's high second tier.
Well, actually, when I first created this list, because I'm a big believer in the Bills this year, I had Josh Allen at number 1 until I saw the price. So $7,444 for a PSA 10 silver of Josh Allen at a population 27. I get it. There's not a lot out there on that but that just seems like a lot for a risk.
I disagree. That's undervalued.
Undervalued. Okay.
That's undervalued. There's only 27.
You're right.
Okay.
Pop count is so low.
Undervalued. You got $8,000 burning a hole in your pocket. Go get yourself a Josh Allen PSA 10 silver. Rookie.
Kevin O'Leary and Shine should just buy all 27
I was going to say, exactly.
That's and then 3, I have Joe Burrow, population 289 on his Prism Silver 10 at $1,846. I really like. He's got the best receiver in the league, in my opinion. And he also is coming off a season where they were considering him the MVP, even at a losing record, not making the playoffs.
He was so good last year. That often, it's crazy how disappointing their season was.
He was good,
considering how good he was.
Him and Chase, even more so Burrow, carried that team, made them competitive. Their defense was terrible.
That was bad.
Could not keep them in games. I think they need to have a pretty long playoff run for his value to go up, though.
And he's also he's likable. He buys a Batmobile. I mean, there's great things about Joe Burrow. He's the one that's carrying the latest quarterback series on Netflix because those bores, Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins they make you yawn.
Cousins again?
Yeah, and then you throw...
And you throw in Jared Goff. You're just
you're just yawning.
I mean, I love some Jared Goff. But I wouldn't make a reality show around him.
And then sitting in at second is another guy from 2018 for me, Lamar Jackson. So his pop is 29. So only 2 more in existence at a PSA 10 over Josh Allen, and he's sitting at 4,200. So it's about half the price. Lamar Jackson is just continuously hated on in this hobby. He's always undervalued. The man's won 2 MVPs. He's in the playoffs every year. So if you look at the progression of what he's accomplished in his career, I feel like he's accomplished more than Josh Allen so far.
I think the thing, too, the difference, too, is in the playoff games, Allen, even when they lose, he still shows up and still puts up monster numbers, whereas Jackson is starting to have that reputation of he doesn't show up in the playoffs. I know this last year was a little different. I mean, he got a game under his belt, but yeah, I think there's maybe that reputation is up against him as well.
All right, my number 1 is a population of 607. 607, PSA 10 silver, but you can buy him at $422 as Brock Purdy, number 1. That's my number 1.
Okay.
Number 1. I mean, the guy's been to a Super Bowl and an NFC Championship game in 3 years in his career.
I really dislike this segment.
We all should.
I honestly, I'd be buying Mac Jones.
We all should have seen it coming.
Buying Mac Jones. Mac
He's
Jones is
significantly
Mac
cheaper than
Jones
everybody
is the
else.
most
That is a lot cheaper.
Mac Jones is the most talented thrower on that team.
No.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, I mean, you heard Cosell talk about how he's an elite thrower. The guy knows
Howard?
what happened. No, Greg Cosell. This guy, for $422, I mean, you're looking at Jaden Daniels, who's who's a rookie last year at $1,200 with a similar pop. You can get 3 Brock Purdys for the price of 1 Jaden Daniels. You can get almost 20 Brock Purdys for the price of 1 Josh Allen. You can get 5 for the price of 1 Joe Burrow, and you can get 10 for the price of Lamar Jackson. I'm just saying, $422. I know you're going to be like, you're a homer, Doug, and maybe I am. But at $422 for a PSA 10 silver of Brock Purdy, come on now.
That is
criminally
like
undervalued.
That's like me running that segment and just going through and listing all these players,
Let me-
and then closing it out with Stetson Bennett is the guy that you should be buying because you can get 4,000 Stetson Bennett cards for the price of 1 Jalen Hurts card.
Let me throw out a counterpoint one. I thought this is an interesting one. I'm surprised. Well, when you throw out Brock Purdy at the end, I'm like, okay, that's why he's not on the list. But I'm also curious what the market is going to be for Jalen Hurts this year, where I think after the Super Bowl, we kind of went, should go up. But, like, no one was super enthusiastic about that.
Well, because I think everybody gave Saquon the credit that year.
Right.
Well,
Saquon in the defense, right?
Well, the whole team.
Right.
There's no doubt that, like, Hurts is a good quarterback, but he's also surrounded with the best roster.
Right.
On offense and defense.
Currently, I mean, are you guys buyers at this? It's a pop count. The PSA 10 Silver Prism pop count 338. Last sold price $600.
Yeah. I was looking at that. He almost made my list instead of Jaden Daniels.
Right.
But Jaden Daniels is so much in that unknown territory. First year going to the NFC Championship game. Adding more pieces this year. We'll see how that turns out.
They got and Terry McLaurin signed up.
Yep.
So you got
He's locked up.
McLaurin, Debo. I don't know who's running the ball, and that trade to the Niners made no sense whatsoever.
I mean,
And
like
they
it.
gave us $3 million towards his contract.
I
I'm
don't
into it.
Get it. I love it.
He's on a rookie contract. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Collusion, maybe.
Collusion.
Maybe.
screaming
Oh, because the old GM is over there.
Yeah, is it?
Adam Peters.
I don't even know who that. I thought it was Trent Baalke.
Oh, brother.
But yeah, I mean, I think Daniels is. We got to see that sophomore slump's a real thing.
There's a lot of tape on him.
There's a lot of tape on him. That division should be. The Cowboys should be better.
They should be.
The Giants should be better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting much, but yes.
They should be better than they were last
They
year.
should be. Yeah.
They got Russell Wilson.
They got
right?
Russell Wilson. That's true.
And they got Jackson Dart, and they have Neighbors.
They have
and
Jameis Winston.
They have Jameis Winston. They got.
I got a stable.
They got DeVito.
They still got DeVito. Still got him.
They got a lot of quarterbacks.
Danucci just got cut. He was posting his beer from his like, I'm the only. This is a beer after being cut 7 times in 7 years or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
tough.
he didn't make it in Atlanta.
NFL's tough, man.
Didn't make it in Atlanta. I mean, that's also like they have Penix and Cousins. I don't know how you roll out a backup quarterback that's making as much as Kirk Cousins.
I don't know.
Is that-
It was odd to see him Penix get drafted, and then Penix has now got the job. So, but I guess if Penix goes down, you got the best backup in the league.
You do have, that is the best backup in the league in Kirk Cousins. That is objectively true. That's right.
Well, you got Jimmy G over here slinging
Let's
it.
not go crazy,
Jimmy,
shall we?
Jimmy loves being on the Rams.
Let's not go
He loved
crazy.
being on the Raiders too. So, and he loved being on the San Francisco 49ers. But remind you guys before we let you go to use code everything13 for 13% off Mojobreak.com and chase those big hits out of Origins, GPK Green Day. We got Boys of Summer. We're going to be still doing more Chrome, still more National Treasures. Immaculate Football still breaking every day.
Debut of Silhouette Basketball.
Looks cool. I like the look of it.
I'm assuming
I'm into it.
it's going to be a play on
Preferred
Crown Royale
and preferred.
Preferred.
Well, Preferred was before Crown Royale. Well, technically, Crown Royale was before Preferred, but then they got rid of Crown Royale for Preferred, and then they went back to Crown Royale. So
7 memorabilia cards, 1 auto, 4 parallels or inserts
7
per box. 4 packs, 4 cards per pack.
Love it.
And there's those books that they brought back from Preferred where there's 8 guys on there saying All-Star. So I saw somebody pull
Don't
those.
love that.
Don't love those either.
Don't love that. I take everything back. I was really excited for this product. And
I still think it looks nice.
we need to figure out books. We need to don't make a book just to make a book.
Although I did see, I think we posted on our social media, Derrick Rose booklet auto, and it was just him, and then on the other side is the auto, and it's the full Bulls court.
That's fine.
That looks good.
That's okay.
All right.
That's okay. I don't need 16 tiny
I got
little
you. Yeah,
swatches.
yeah. Right.
We got the whole All-Star team. Everybody gets one tiny little single color swatch.
All right. Well, that's a lot to digest this week. Lots of releases and big news in the hobby. Great show we had today. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and check out the breaks at Mojobreak.com. We also have the breakdown on the collectibles on SI Sports Card Nonsense YouTube. So check out the latest episode, and we have a new one coming this week. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys next week on The Hype. Peace.